The P0157 diagnostic trouble code indicates a low voltage reading from the oxygen sensor on bank 2, sensor 2. This sensor is located on the side of the engine with cylinder 2, known as bank 2. The sensor is positioned downstream of the catalytic converter in the exhaust system. A consistently low voltage reading below 0.1 volts suggests a rich condition with excessive fuel. This rich condition can be caused by excessive fuel, a faulty sensor, or wiring issues. Oxygen sensors measure the oxygen content in the exhaust gases, providing feedback to the engine control unit about the air-fuel mixture. The downstream sensor, known as sensor 2, has a primary function of monitoring the efficiency of the catalytic converter. The sensor generates voltage based on oxygen ion diffusion across a ceramic element. This process is influenced by exhaust temperature, which affects the sensor's accuracy and response. The most frequent causes of the P0157 code include a faulty oxygen sensor, accounting for 40% of cases. This downstream sensor on bank 2 may be contaminated or aged, leading to persistently low voltage readings. Wiring harness problems, such as shorts, corrosion, or damage, make up 30% of cases. These issues can interrupt the voltage signals between the sensor and the powertrain control module. Exhaust leaks allowing false air readings account for 20% of cases. This false air can skew the oxygen sensor's measurements, causing low voltage signals. The remaining 10% involves other issues, such as faulty fuel injectors with uneven spray patterns or ECU glitches that affect sensor readings. In all cases, addressing the root cause is essential for a lasting fix rather than just replacing the sensor. Start diagnostics by connecting an OBD2 scanner to confirm the P0157 code. Examine the freeze frame data to review sensor voltage readings at the time the code was set. Check the oxygen sensor and its wiring harness for any visible damage. Look for corrosion, broken wires, or loose connectors that could affect voltage readings. Test the oxygen sensor resistance using a multimeter. Disconnect the sensor and measure between the signal and ground wires. Normal resistance should be 1 to 10 ohms. Begin by performing a visual inspection of the wiring harness. Carefully examine the wires leading to the oxygen sensor for signs of corrosion, fraying, or physical damage. Also check for loose connections and broken insulation that could cause voltage issues. Next, inspect the connectors. Look for corrosion on terminals, bent pins, or loose fits. Make sure connectors are properly seated and locking tabs are engaged. If corrosion is present, clean it carefully with electrical contact cleaner. Use a vehicle-specific wiring diagram to trace the circuit. Locate the diagram in your service manual and follow the path from the engine control unit to the oxygen sensor. Note the wire colors and pin locations for accurate testing. Perform continuity testing with a multimeter. Set the meter to continuity mode and test each wire in the circuit for an unbroken electrical path. Compare resistance readings to manufacturer specifications. If damage is found, repair or replace the affected components. Use electrical tape or solder for minor wire repairs and replace corroded connectors with original equipment manufacturer parts. Always ensure repairs meet safety standards. Exhaust leaks upstream of the oxygen sensor can cause false low-voltage readings in the P0157 code. First, visually inspect the exhaust system for cracks, holes, or loose connections. Use a smoke machine to identify leaks that aren't visible. Common areas to check include exhaust manifolds, gaskets, and catalytic converter connections. Repair any leaks found to restore proper sensor function. When the oxygen sensor is determined to be faulty through diagnostic testing, replacement becomes necessary to restore proper engine performance and emissions control. Begin by selecting a high-quality replacement oxygen sensor that is specifically compatible with your vehicle's make, model, and engine type to ensure proper fit and function. For safety, always disconnect the vehicle's battery negative terminal before starting the replacement process to prevent any electrical shorts or airbag deployment issues. Apply a thin layer of anti-seize compound to the sensor's threaded portion to prevent seizing during installation and future removal, which can damage the exhaust components. Finally, use a torque wrench to tighten the sensor to the exact torque specification provided by the vehicle manufacturer, typically ranging from 25 to 45 foot-pounds, depending on the vehicle, to ensure a secure seal without over-tightening. After completing the repair, begin verification by clearing the P0157 code using an OBD2 scanner. Then monitor the oxygen sensor readings to ensure proper voltage oscillations between 0 0.1 volts and 0.9 volts. Next, perform a test drive of several miles to verify the repair. Confirm that the P0157 code does not return and that the check engine light stays off. Be aware of emerging trends like smart sensors with self-diagnostics that can prevent false P0157 triggers. In hybrid vehicles, watch for software glitches during mode switching. Long-term, as electric vehicles become more prevalent, P0157 codes will become increasingly rare.